Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 18 of Horror Tuesday, and I am very excited to have you guys with me today. I've got some great topics we're going to get into Terrifier numbers, review on Sweetpea and both Teacup. We're going to talk about Fangoria's Chainsaw Wars. But before we get into all of that, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell if you do be so kind to do so. Also, one last thing, which I'm going to drop this link in the chat. I am in the running for the next Face of Horror. I'm right now in the 6th spot. If you could please go to this link that I'm going to drop right now. Vote for me. Voting ends in 8 days for this round to be a semifinalist, and I would appreciate you can vote once a day for free if you have a Facebook. If you choose to donate votes, it does go to a wonderful charity, the Starlight Children's Foundation. So please go ahead, and if you'd like to buy votes, feel free to. If not, free votes are awesome as well. So please do so. I really do appreciate it. I am trying to get to be the face of horror. I don't know why anybody would want this face as a face of horror, but we'll see. So I'm going to go in through the chat. I see you, Zax. I didn't know the second episode was already out of Teacup. I am intrigued. I will talk about the first episode about it. Sassy Nadu, that's what my grandma used to call me. I love it. I know, Nikki. I don't know why nobody's talking about Teacup or Sweetpea, for that matter. I watched both episodes for both of those yesterday. So awesome. Okay. So first topic. Oh, hi. Adja. Outlaw. Can I just call you Outlaw? I think that would be better. My English is not that good. What is this Teacup? I'll get. Oh, it's a new series on Peacock. Ooh, I think you might like it, Sassy. We'll see. All right, we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna talk first about Terrifier numbers. Did it show up? Yeah, Terrifier 3 spoilers. Okay. I wanted to put this as a banner because in case anyone hasn't seen the movie, I did see it over last weekend. I also had a stream about it as well with a couple other great content creators. And what I love seeing about it is that it is the #1 film in the country. Holy cow. It beat Joker. And everybody's like, oh, it beat Joker. Joker's not that great from what I've been told. But people need to understand this is an independent horror movie beating out the box office, like beating everything out on it, becoming the #1 movie. Especially, you don't even have to like Terrifier. Hi, Philip. You just have to understand that it went from a low budget independent film, then they crowdfund their own for the first one, for the big Terrifier movie, and then crowdfund for the second one, and here's the third one, and it's #1 film in the country. That's crazy. That's awesome too. To me, it tells people are, telling folks Hollywood what they want. I think Hollywood is very out of touch nowadays. I love seeing independent movies make it to the top, and this is one. Again, you don't have to like Terrifier. I know these movies aren't for everyone. Frankly, I don't like the first one, and I don't like most of the second one. It's not till the later half of the second one that I'm hooked into this whole Terrifier universe. And the third one was real fun. I will say the third one is definitely a theater-going experience movie. So grab your friends, go get your little popcorn and your candy, and sit down and have a good time. It is definitely way more fun to experience it in theaters. But Art the Clown beat out Joker. Yeah, Hollywood has been out of touch for a long time. Not even just in horror as a genre, just in movies in general. And I just love the fact that to see that this movie has beaten the odds. Like here, yes, it's true. Terrifier 3 beats all odds by defeating not only the criminally overrated, overly paneled Joker, but it also beat the Wild Robot as well. It beat a major studio. That's crazy. The opening scene wasn't as bad as everyone's seen. I saw in the last 48 hours, someone actually deleted their whole Twitter or X account because they tweeted that killing children is not cool. Like it's not but children have been killed in horror movies for a long time. You can trace it back for quite a bit. I don't think the opening scene was as gory as some of the other scenes in it, but I do think, and to me, Terrifiers 2's bedroom scene is more impactful than any of the gore that's in 3, but 3 is still a fun story to watch. It evolves more on the lore. It's definitely hooks me in to come back for number 4. I'd love to see what 4 will bring to the table because I feel there's a lot missing out of 3 that probably was edited out just due to time, just to get it down in time. But uh, this is great. It pulled 18.2 million over the weekend. That's insane. I know their Thursday numbers were everybody who saw on Thursday night before opening Friday. I know Thursday numbers were fantastic as well. Yeah, the bedroom scene is intense. I think because you grow an attachment to the character that is experiencing it, and there's a sign of innocence with the bedroom scene. In 3, I don't get that. The ending was pretty cool, but it doesn't it has some gore. Let me get like, somebody gets their gooch pretty much chainsawed in half, alright? You see a whole gooch, not our gooch, like a real gooch. It's sawed in half, and I, as somebody who has experience doing special effects, I can appreciate everything in that movie. I It doesn't creep me out or disgust me. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, make sure you don't eat before you go see it." I It doesn't bother me, mostly because my brain goes into, how is this created? How are they putting this together? And especially in 2, you can obviously see when they switch over to, like, a dummy or a prop version. 3, the effects are way better. I've never seen any of the movies, but I do know this stuff happens. Yeah, they're pretty gory. Again, I don't like the first, don't like most of the second. It's not until the 3rd act that the second one hooked me into the Art the Clown Terrifier world. But I really, as a somebody who's worked on independent films for a very long time, who know the horror genres usually horror movies usually get the bad rap at box offices. They also get bad raps at Oscars and and awards shows and stuff. To see this movie beat out major studio movies, fantastic. Kudos, clap. We'll give them a clap on it. So, if you are interested in seeing Terrifier 3, I highly recommend it. If you have a queasy stomach, maybe not so, but I highly recommend it. And again, I recommend it as a theater going experience. Don't wait to stream this at home. Grab a couple buddies, go see this in the theaters. It's a fun movie. It's a fun going movie. You get to see a gooch completely sawed in half. Go see it. I highly recommend it. All right. So that is Terrifier 3. If you want more on Terrifier 3, again, I had a whole live stream. I know. I see this. I wish too. I don't think I could handle taking her. Maybe Cannoli could take her. Let her Cannoli take Cannoli's got a stronger stomach, right? Yeah, everybody's making up on arms about this. Carpenter's assault and preteen had a child kid. Everybody made, and I feel bad because I don't, even if that person has that opinion that, like, not killing kids is not cool, it's overrated in horror movies, like, it's not something that's cool, but I don't agree with the bullying of making this person basically feel like they have to completely delete their entire Twitter account. Like, everybody can have different opinions of movies. That's why it's fun to debate this, but children being killed in movies has happened for a long time. I think everybody overtalked the Terrifier 3 opening scene. I don't think it's as gruesome as people let it up to be. I think there's more gruesome scenes in further in. But yeah, if but again, I'm not a parent, so I might be looking at this through a different lens. If you're a parent, maybe you'd see it differently. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, like, let him take her. I don't think you would like it, Sassy. I don't think you would like those movies. Yeah, it's always I love the horror community. I agree with some of it. I disagree with most. Some people said Trap was fantastic. I think Trap was crap this year. Hi, Mongoose. I think Trap to me is in my 5 worst movies of this year, including Abigail. And a lot of people loved Abigail, and I could not get with it. I think it was not there was no chemistry with the cast to me. The effects were weird, and I wanted more vampire lore than we got. Simple as that. I don't think what else was worse? Oh, Tarot was pretty bad. Oh, and Cuckoo. I was really thinking I was gonna really like Cuckoo. Did not like it. Did not like it. The pacing was weird, weird dialogue, acting wasn't that strong. Story had two storylines going at once, competing with each other. I hate that. Stick to just one. So, that being said, with everybody here, let's go over the Fangoria. I think I spelled it wrong. I did. Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. Fangoria is never gonna sponsor me. Let me change that up. Fangoria Chainsaw Awards that happened last night. I was looking through this. I don't know what they considered the timeline because I don't think they're looking at all of just 2024. I'm more of a werewolf than vamp. You should, Philip, if you haven't seen Dog Soldier, that's one of my favorite werewolf movies. I recommend that. And I wanted to go through this because I think some of this makes sense and some of this is just wild bullshit in my opinion. No offense if you like these movies. This is just my opinion, and just like opinions are like buttholes and they all smell and everyone has one. Stab that like button on your way in. I love that Star Wars. Thank you. I yeah, I don't get the aesthetically Cuckoo was my kind of thing. I like the aesthetic for it. The color palette. I'm big on movies having a proper color palette. Just the story, it just didn't work. I have Dog Soldier. Yeah, I love Dog Soldier. I think it gets underrated. Okay, all right. Oh, I love seeing a bunch of love for Dog Soldiers. I should have a watch party for it. I'm working on a Discord. I'm almost done setting up my Discord for this channel, where I'll have some watch parties for it. It'll be free for everybody to join. I know I still owe everyone Evil Bong. I'm working on that to get that in. Hi, Vex. Aw, thank you, Star Wars. I set it up with your advice. Thank you so much. It's way easier than PayPal. Okay, let's go through this. Chainsaw Wars happened last night. I didn't watch it, mostly because I was building Legos. So let's go. All right. So, we're gonna start off with best supporting actress performance. So it's just best supporting performance, and who won was Alyssa Sutherland in Evil Dead Rises. I can agree with this, mostly because I saw the runner-ups. So the runner-ups was Dave Bautista for Knock at the Cabin, Joe Bird for Talk to Me. That's why this range of like where they consider the cutoff line, I don't know. We also have Nick. I don't know how she beat Nicolas Cage, but all right. Mia Goth, Catherine Newton. I like her as an actress, but Abigail just did not hit it for me. Dan Stevens and Abigail. A lot of Abigail nominations here, and the Blackening, which I really enjoyed. I think the Blackening is pretty good, but I really I liked Evil Dead Rises as an Evil Dead story. I don't think it's a sequel, reboot, or anything. I think it's just a story in the Evil Dead universe, and I'm totally with it. So I'm okay with this, especially looking at what the lineup was. The only other person I could see maybe in this, Mia Goth, but I haven't seen Infinity Pool, and I haven't seen Talk to Me yet, so I can't judge it based off this. I tried to watch, I saw the TV Glow. I don't think it's for me. Halfway through, I turned it off. It's not for me. It's okay. Some movies aren't. So, all right, best. This is where I know when Fangoria might be up on some shit, because the best feature, first feature is Skinamarkin. Mark, Rick, Skinamark. Anybody in the chat seen this movie? I'm curious if anybody in the chat has seen this movie. And I think I'm lagging a little bit. Am I lagging? Chat, let me know if I'm lagging because I think my video is lagging a little bit. Let me see if I can check with my. Okay. Am I lagging? A little bit? It feels like I am. Hold on, if maybe I turn my camera off and back up. Yeah, nope, it's still lagging. Dang, I don't want to do this off camera. Hold on, let me talk to my internet buddy, which is My husband. Internet devices. One thing about Nevada, internet sucks out here. I love the freeze frames though on a couple of these. I wonder if I stop share and it'll let me reset it. Oh, okay, see, it's when I share things. It must be StreamYard. StreamYard with its stupid ranging and stuff. Okay, I think I'm back. Alright, well, you know what? While I'm doing this, we'll do this off camera just a little bit just to get this time to okay. So, back to it. This is how I know Fangoria is on some bullshit. Sk This movie is probably about one of the worst movies I've seen. It is I don't get the appeal to it, and I do not understand why people enjoy this movie. Again, it might not be for me, but I look at the list and we have The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster, which wasn't too bad. I saw it. Birth and Rebirth, It Lives Inside, which I think is better than this, and Stop Motion, also better than this. So I don't know why it's gotta be StreamYard when I share things. So I'm gonna just keep my video off while we're going through this. I don't know why Skinamark ring I wanna say Skinamark, but like a skin mark, because that's how I feel about this. I don't understand. Has anyone ever seen this? Because it's I don't recommend it. It is not on my recommendation list on it. Alright, moving on. Best non-fictional series or miniseries, The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Bridge. I'm not surprised this one. Uh, if anybody has seen it, it's a lot of fun to watch each week. A couple of them that he beats Svengoolie, which I thought was hilarious. The Eflin Poltergeist. I've never heard of the Bolt Brothers Dragula season 5. Oh, it must be a drag thing. Emmyville, the origin story. I like the last in. I feel like is a given on it. It's been yeah, StreamYard's been really weird with my video lately, and I don't know why when I share things I can't be on video at the same time. How about StreamYard, you fix your shit instead of charging everybody double their cost. All right, best documentary feature, The Legacy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've seen this. This is really, really good. If you're a big Texas Chainsaw Massacre person, I highly recommend this documentary. Looking at what it was up for, I'm not surprised. Satan Wants You was okay. King of Sanity, I don't know if you're trying to be funny or if you're just that kind of guy. You're just that kind of guy. You know? I don't know. StreamYard is cursed. I believe so. I need to find a better thing. But yes, okay, I'm okay with this. Best creative effects, Evil Dead Rises. Okay. Let's see what it was up against though. Five Nights at Freddy's beat Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Infested. I haven't seen it. Will not see it. Aliens are not cool. Not aliens. Well, aliens aren't cool. So are spiders. Not cool. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Megan. Okay. See what I mean? Like it's weird time frames on these movies. Like Invested, I believe, is this year. Five Nights at Freddy's was last year. So was Evil Dead Rises. Megan's been a while, so I don't know how the entry works on this, but I'll give it to them. It also won best makeup effects, and it was up against In a Violent Nature, Talk to Me, When Evil Lurks. Ooh, I don't know, man. When Evil Lurks to me was way better. Maybe it was pretty good effects. Pustule and stuff. Yeah, okay. Maybe Evil Dead Rises. I don't think a lot of people have watched When Evil Lurks, though it's like one of the movies I do recommend the most. Been switching to I'll have to. So my problem is for me, it has to be web based. That's why I have to use StreamYard. But if it's a web based one, I'm out. I'll switch over because this is ridiculous. Best costume design, Poor Things. What are you up against? Really? Up again? Well, you know what? I didn't like Lisa Frankenstein, but to beat Lisa Frankenstein, that's weird. These are weird costumes. That movie was weird, but I don't know. I think I would have picked Lisa Frankenstein, even though I didn't like Lisa Frankenstein for costume design. Immaculate and First Omen were pretty good, but I mean it's religious, nun outfits and stuff, so I can understand that. Late Night with the Devil, time period piece on it too, so I can understand it either being Lisa Frankenstein or Poor Things. I would have picked Lisa Frankenstein over this. It's web based. Oh, I'm gonna check it out then. F you, StreamYard. Best video game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Up against Alan Wake 2. Wow. Dead Space remake. Who voted for this stuff? Killer Clown for Outer Space, the game? I want to know who voted for this. Best cinematography, Poor Things. Up against what, though? Really? It beat The First Omen? This is how I know this is complete bullshit. Let me tell you guys something. All right. Follow me. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing because I need to be on camera for this one. All right. Where's my thing? Okay. Listen. Lisa Frankenstein was okay. It's overblown Vex. Sorry. Meh. My stream, I get to say what I want. The First Omen, aesthetically, is probably one of the most pretty horror movies I've seen in a long time. And I did a double feature with that and Possession with a young Sam Neill. Chef kiss on that double feature. And for Poor Things cinematography to beat not only First Omen, in a Violent Nature I can understand, but also Infinity Pool from what the little bit I have seen of it. This is rigged. I call this rigged 100%. All right, moving on. Best score, Godzilla -1. Okay. I could give that to it. What is it up against? Evil Dead Rises for First Omen. Best Felicia Rose movie, Craving. This is what best television series, The Last of Us. I like The Last of Us. I think it's a little overblown. How did Beat the Fall of the House of Usher? Or Yellow Jackets. Interview with the Vampire. Last of Us, really? I don't get it. But I want to know who won best screenplay. I can see that with Late Night with the Devil. International movie, When Evil Lurks. Hey, there we go. All right. Somebody knows something. The Coffee Table, which I still have to see. Exhuma is pretty good. Best limited release movie. I don't really get the appeal of I Saw the TV Glow. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's not a movie for me. And let's see what it beat. It really beat Cobweb. I'm surprised by that. Best streaming premiere, VHS 85. Okay. Which, by the way, guys, VHS Beyond. No. I'm Afraid of Aliens. And I didn't really enjoy VHS Beyond. It's not my thing. I don't know why. I liked the first segment. I thought that was great. Everything after that, Hello, Jamie. Hello. Baltic Blood. I like that. Cannoli, I see you in there. You have to take your daughter to go see Terrifier 3. That's an order. Best kill in a Violent Nature, the yoga kill. Okay. Oh, I love it. David got best lead performance. That's awesome. For some of you that don't know, I got to work with David it's more than 10 years now on an indie film and stuff. He's a sweetheart. I've kept in touch with him. He's very sweet, and he deserves all the hype around him. And I'm so glad to see as his career's taken off. I'm not even going to look at all these people. Well, maybe I will. Hold on. I'm sorry, David. I might have to betray you. Because I think you'll Tiger Free First Omen. Best director. Okay, Evil Dead Rises. What else we got on this? Wide release movie, Godzilla -1. Our Godzilla -1 was really good. I want to know what. That's it? There's no best movie? That's your. Oh, so it must be wide releases like their version of the Oscars, like Best Picture. So Godzilla -1 versus Abigail, yes. Versus Evil Dead Rises, yes. I really like First Omen. Infinity Pool, I haven't seen in full. Late Night with the Devil, I liked a lot. Megan's okay. I've never heard of Satanic Hispanics. Haven't seen Talk to Me or When Evil Lurks is really good. But I could see, yes, as a wide release Godzilla -1 winning this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Godzilla -1 for the best wide release overall? And see what I mean by, like, I don't know what their cutoff time is on when movies are introduced on it. Like, are we doing 2022, 2023, 2024? There's like a mix of it going on here. Cannoli, you do not need to see the first two. You just need to see the second one, to be honest. I don't even think you need to see the first one. Well, maybe. But yeah, that was Fangoria's Chainsaw Awards. I think I would have been really mad watching this thing fully through. Some of it good. Like, there are really good movies from the last couple years. When Evil Lurks is one I would always recommend. First Omen, Evil Dead Rises. Again, I don't think it's a reboot or remake or sequel. It's just an Evil Dead story in the Evil Dead universe. Godzilla -1. I can't get on the Abigail train. All you saw was Talk to Me from this. I haven't seen Talk to Me. It's on the list for me to watch. I'm going to try to see it, but I know it has to deal with, I think it came out around the time my mom passed away, so like I just was avoiding movies that were in the realm of like parents passing away and stuff. I think I'm ready to watch it now though. Late Night with the Devil, that's another one. I guess I would recommend Lisa Frankenstein, but I didn't personally like it. I know a lot of people did, but I can understand why people enjoyed it. Immaculate, I didn't even finish. Immaculate, I was told, is not that great until the last half of the movie. Is that when it really picks up? Also, In a Violent Nature was cool when I initially saw it. The more I think of it, I don't think I like it as much as I initially thought. I know it's a deconstruction of the slasher, especially the Friday the 13th series, similar to that. A lot of walking, man. I'd be curious to know how much walking. Oh, and as I was saying, VHS Beyond, I saw that recently. I worked on the second one. Oh, by the way, funny story. How I found out I worked on the second one was I was watching the second one. I was like, wait a minute. This is familiar. And then I saw my name in credits. Because when I worked on it as a little peon makeup assistant, you're not told like what this is for. It's untitled, most of it. But I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I know anything after the second isn't that great. I thought Beyond would be really cool, especially for me. I'm looking for out there in YouTube world. I'm looking for the adrenaline rushing horror movie for this year. Nothing has scared me at all this year. There are movies I've been enjoying. There's movies that make me think. Long Legs is great. For First Omen, great. But I want a movie that's just gonna, make me want to sleep with the lights on. And nothing so far I've seen has done so. So I wonder if Talk to Me will do it. Oh, I'm gonna try it out. Also, I bought the Hellboy Crooked Man. I started it, haven't finished it because I'm going to do a full review on it because I love the comics so much to see the comparison. To be honest, it's not that bad as a Hellboy movie so far. It's just it falters with the filmmaking aspects of it, but we'll see if it gets better. I'm getting Talk to Me on DVD this week. Nice! Joker 2 has a lot of walking too. I like that. Joker 2 has a lot of walking too. I might use that. That's pretty good. See, now I can't even think. Wait a minute. What am I going to talk about next? Because I really like that. Okay. So there is a new series coming out. And let me pull up my little banner because I create these for a reason. The Gorge, which looks pretty interesting. I believe it's going to be an Apple TV for 2025. I'm all about more horror and mystery shows. Genre-bending feature will also star Miles Teller and Sigourney Weaver. Looks like Anya Taylor-Joy in a Scott Derrickson action thriller. I'm a fan of Scott Derrickson. I think Sinister is one of the best horror movies probably ever made. I think if they had allowed him to actually do a proper adaptation of Doctor Strange, he would have done really great. I like the Black Phone too. Not a lot of people did, but I liked it for what it was. This is interesting. I'm intrigued by it because it's about I believe two assassins or two spies that have to like protect a mysterious evil thing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like right now I'm reviewing From, so like a mystery around something. But I trust Derrickson. I think he's great. It bends multi, so it romance, science fiction, action, spy thriller, even horror. I'm in. I would like to see a little bit more. I would love to see a trailer once it releases. I know this was news today. First look image. Here it is. Two snipers, one American, the other Russian, of course, stationed in separate watchtowers to safeguard the world from a mysterious evil. I think it's aliens. It's gotta be aliens. Should I change my name to With the Lights On? I don't really get scared of horror. Arachnophobia. Yeah, I won't. That's the thing. I avoid all spider horror movies and spiders, arachnophobia, won't watch. I know there's been 2 infested in Stinger, I think, or Sting was out this year. And no, maybe, but again, I'm looking for the adrenaline rushing horror movie. Maybe I just need to scare myself with spiders. Maybe I just need to bite the bullet and watch it and then terrify myself with spiders. Because nothing else will do it. Nothing else will like terrify me. I don't know why. I need something that's going to just give me that rush. Hello, Connor. Sting was nuts. I just don't want to. I just don't want to resort to it. I just don't want to resort to it. That's my thing. I just don't want to resort to having to watch a spider movie just to get myself scared. But who knows? But in the meantime, are you afraid of the dark? Any millennials out there? Because this is really cool. And by the way, I did buy it. All 3 seasons of Are You Afraid of the Dark reboot series now available on Amazon for $13, folks. $13 for the whole entire series. I went right away as soon as I got home. I purchased this. Nickelodeon's bought 1990s horror anthology Are You Afraid of the Dark back to television. I also want to get the Goosebumps one, but I bet it's not as cheap as this one. This looks really cool. The cover looks great. Reminds me, I mean, I watched every week Are You Afraid of the Dark. Punk horror movies are so uncomfortable. I agree. Don't forget to stab that like button on your way in. Don't forget to stab that like button on your way in. And also, folks, if you could do me the honor of voting for me for the next Faces of Horror, I'll drop that link. You can vote once free every 24 hours. You can also donate votes. It does go to a great charity, but no pressure on that. If you could just please give me a vote. You do have to sign into Facebook. I'm sorry. I know Facebook is just ugh. But if you could do so kindly, use that link. Please vote for me. Free every 24 hours. The last one will run through until next Wednesday. So thank you. I remember this show too. I'm going to call you just Baltic Blood right now. VB. I think this is one of the starts of why I really loved horror, other than my mom had a very big love for horror and turned me into Stephen King head. My first Stephen King book was Tommyknockers. Go figure. You also had the Goosebumps going on at the same time. Plus reading all the R.L. Stine books, Fear Street and stuff. I just grew up with this. Just loved it so much. Scary stories to tell in dark as well. Love those books as well. Plus, when I grew up, and this is going to age me, we didn't have the internet. I mean, we had the internet closer to like mid-teens, but it wasn't like how it is now. So a lot of people spent their time reading books, seeing movies. So I totally bought this. I am going to probably binge it when it gets here, instead of having to watch one of the other shows that are probably on my list, like Justified and Deadwood. Sorry. Are You Afraid of the Dark makes it to the top of the list for it. So this is, again, really cool. It is $13 on Amazon. If you are a fan of the Are You Afraid, or you have kids, you want to start introducing them into horror, you got like middle schoolers, younger, why not? Just get one of these, let them binge watch it. It's pretty cool. Really? Oddity? You know, I shouldn't roll my eyes like that. I apologize. I shouldn't do that because fear horror movies scare people in different ways. So, but Oddity, really? I did a review on it. People said it's the scariest movie of the year. I don't think so. I actually didn't really like it at all. Like, okay, it was okay. Like, I feel they could have done a lot more for it. All right. I want to talk about, though, a really cool show called Teacup. Teacup is on. Let me get this all out of the way. I hate Forbes. They are not the best. But Teacup is on Peacock. I used to pronounce it like that too, but actually it's Voltaic. Voltaic. Listen, my guy. I know English is not my first language. I don't speak it very well, nor do I pronounce things very well. It's just a thing in my. It's just a thing. Voltaic. Did I say it right? Voltaic. 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 Blood. I could just call you Blood, I guess. I don't know. Voltaic. Used to scare me as a kid, but there was one with the ghost. Yeah. Actually, I think it was Goosebumps that terrified me more. There was an episode where it was a mask that couldn't be pulled off. That one was creepy. All right, Teacup. Let's get back to Teacup. Teacup is a new series and I will agree with this headline for Forbes. And I don't know why Rock the Johnson is a worm up here on Etsy. Do you guys see this? This pink thing? That's Dwayne the Rock Johnson as a worm. That's weird. And then there's like these Agatha brochure. Weird. Anyway, okay. Teacup is a creepy new series. That's definitely worth watching. I highly agree with this. I don't want to spoil this, but my initial review of this is, and mind you, when I saw the trailers for it, I was like, it's James Wan. Maybe for me. They literally, the first episode drops you right into the mess. So there's no like origin build up. There's no introduction to characters, nothing. You are literally dropped into where everyone starts to realize like there's something wrong going on instead of a slow build up to it, which is an interesting new take on it. I liked what I see with the first episode. People say this isn't a horror in the sense of American Horror Story. It is not. That scared me from. But it is like From. I like that. It says subgenre like From. That's what it fits into it. So it's like a mystery of it. I know the second episode was released. Zax, you just said, right, I like the first two. The first one was great. I really didn't think it was going to hook me into it. The story takes place in a rural community where a veterinarian lives with her family and number of animals. Her husband, neighbors show up with a horse distress. Things start to take a weird turn. So you literally are thrown in where it takes a weird turn. First episode. I don't know where the second one. I'm assuming the second one's probably going to be a little bit of a flashback of it. It is on Peacock. Highly recommend. Sci-fi horror, a little bit. If it's like From, which I really enjoy, which is on FX, no MGM. Sorry, FX. What is used to be. Then this is definitely going to be up my tea on it. It has some really cool effects in the first one. You see. I don't want to spoil it for people, but you do see what happens when somebody doesn't listen, I guess, and stuff. It's just really cool effects to it. It's James Wan, so take it for a grain of salt if you want, if you're not a big fan of his. I wasn't a really big fan of Malignant. I thought it was a little overblown. I watched it for the second time. It does get better on a second watch. It's just a fun horror movie. I can understand where he was going with, but I hope this stays, and I don't know, Zax, if you can in the comment, because you saw the second episode, I don't know if does it stay with the momentum as the first one. Series that can go, it's a series that can't go for 2 seasons, but good. I wonder if it'll just be a limited time series. It felt like a little bit Under the Dome before that show sucked. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I read the book, but I haven't seen the series for Under the Dome. But highly recommend. Double thumbs up from the first episode, from the pilot for me. Is it something like The Penguin, where The Penguin's pilot is amazing? No, But if you're into horror and you like sci-fi stuff and mystery and you don't want to wait for the build up to know what's going on, highly recommend diving in. I didn't like Malignant on the first watch. Second one, it's fun, but it's just not my cup of tea. Like the second watch, knowing what was happening, I had a little bit more fun with it. And the initial watch, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Well, it's my stream, so I can swear. What the fuck is this? So, uh, definitely check out Teacup if you like more of that mystery sci-fi kind of deal. The other one I wanted to talk to, yeah, episodes are short, only 30 minutes to try. Yeah, correct. Zach backing me up. The other show I did watch, let me open this up. I did check out Sweetpea, and it's okay. It's okay. Let me pull this up. Where is it? Okay. Sweetpea, making a murderer has never been this funny. I guess I can see that. So Sweetpea released on which one? It's Stars. And it has Ella, I want to see what her last name is. It's Purnell, like the hand sanitizer, I guess. She makes the show worth turning back into. So from the trailers, trailers I think are a little bit misleading. The episode opens up pretty much like an introvert. See, I can't speak English. Shy person. It's basically, I don't want to spoil it, but it's basically the story we've seen for a lot of things. But she makes it very intriguing, and I will stay and continue with the series. But I think I liked Teacup more. There are possession aspects introduced in. I'm gonna have to watch this tonight. I was gonna watch American Psycho for the first time tonight, but I guess I'm watching episode 2 of Teacup. Guess I gotta put the other one on a back burner still. It's been many years. I've never seen American Psycho. I don't know. See, Zach, I'm gonna have to tell Dex. Can't watch American Psycho tonight. Gotta watch episode 2 of Peacock. Anyway, CP. It opens up with a dialogue of like people she wants to kill. She's been picked on when she was a kid. Nobody knows her. She's a ghost to most people. Her boss doesn't ignores her most of the time. Her coworkers as well. And everything happens in the first episode on the day that her dad dies, where she eventually does her first kill. It's intriguing. It's a story I think we've seen before, but she makes it so interesting, and she doesn't look like the same person as you would seen in like Fallout and Yellow Jackets. So I would recommend Sweetpea to stick with it, but I highly recommend checking out Teacup. I think Teacup is very good. Very good. First episode hooked me in. I like when TV shows hook me in the first episode. This one, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have continued on with it. But I wonder if 2 will help spread. And they hurt poor dog in it. And this one I believe is an hour long too. It's kind of cheeky, like British dark humor. It's interesting to hear her with a British accent too. I wasn't expecting that. But I would be intrigued to see where the story goes, but where I would wait to maybe watch 2 or 3 episodes as they stack, I would definitely watch Teacup weekly. So that's my this or that versus on it. So, all right. And we're about 40 minutes in. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Help me in getting, I don't know, I guess my new goal would be to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's see if we can get it. All right. I do want to talk about one last thing. I want to do a watch the trailer with you guys of The Monkey. It got released today. Oz Perkinson's new film with James Wan's production company. Stephen King's labeled on it too, because I believe it's based off of one of his short stories from what I remember researching this. I do want to watch that, but I do also will have a question in the chat or on the YouTube community tab. The reason why I'm doing this stream today and last week so early is because tonight I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel talking about the Addams Family. After that, I won't be guest streaming anymore on Tuesdays, so I wanted to see if about moving the time for this stream to either maybe 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time to work out a little bit. I'm on the West Coast, so it doesn't matter to me because it'll be early. But I wanted to see those of you that are tuning in now, how does that sound? Because I know this is pretty early for everyone right now. It's almost 4, so it'll be 7. People are driving home and stuff. But I want to be able to block off some time that I can interact with you guys and talk to you during these streams and get your feedback. So I'm thinking 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, around that time. Later is better. I know the last 2 of them were due to because I was already committed to other channels streams. So let me pull up this trailer. That's why this stream is only after this. I'm at work and I actually enjoy streaming, but I will follow you anywhere. Sassy, I love you. Everybody go subscribe to. Hold on, let me pull up Sassy's Sassy Pants channel. Where are you, Sassy? Sassy Pants. Why aren't you coming up for me? Hold on. I am subscribed to you. Where are you, Sassy Pants? There you are. Oh, it's because it's Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch. I'm going to drop Sassy's link in the chat. Sassy does more culture war discussions, not horror. She's not a horror person. So if you're a horror person here tuning into me, I don't know if you'll vibe with her content, but if you're into pop culture and culture war discussions and stuff, she's fantastic at it. She does her own solo stream on Sundays as well. So go give her a sub as well. Actually, everybody in the chat, most of you guys are content creators too on your own. I am totally cool if you guys want to drop your own links in the chat as well. We should be building this community and helping each other. All right. That being said, enough with the mush. I'm going to pull up the monkey trailer. I have not seen it. I have been avoiding it. We're going to pull up the red band. So hopefully, and by the way, it's red band, but it's a red band on YouTube. So hopefully YouTube will be okay with this. So let's see.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then it appeared. A beast not from this earth.
Anybody read the short story? It's been a hot minute for me. But I don't like dolls, and I don't like the monkey reminds me of, it has to be Poltergeist. I believe it was in Poltergeist. I know there's the clown. There's another horror movie, and if it's not Poltergeist that has the little clapping monkey, I don't vibe with dolls. Dolls and me. Nope.
Fighting the ones who deserved it. The ones who didn't.
Hold on. Is that awful? It is. That awful teal filter they use for night shots nowadays. That Salem's Lot is completely in. I hate that. Learn how. Chucky was my first horror movie. My first horror movie that I can remember was Chucky, and I was very young. And mind you, Child's Play takes place in Chicago. That's my hometown too. Not a fan. I don't have dolls. Funny enough, my mom, who introduced me to it, got me a porcelain doll one year from an auction. She brought it over, and then she goes, and I was like, "What's with the cross on it, the necklace and stuff?" I figured a crucifix on it, just a rosary on it, just in case what. So this doll stayed in my closet with multiple things on top of it in the box. So in case it ever did come alive, it could not push itself to get out. And then as soon as my sister got engaged, I passed it on to her. I was like, here you go. Because it was a bride. Oh, it looked, and it was like 6 feet, not 6 feet, but it was like this tall. Like it was like at least 2 feet tall, 2.5 maybe. Glass eyes. crucifix to contain a rosary, and she added that to herself. It did not come with it. It was something she added to herself. And her opening goes, "Now I know you don't like dolls. Of course I don't like dolls. They're creepy. So I'm not okay." The teal. I hate learn. I have an issue with HBO. We're beefing, even though HBO doesn't know we're beefing. Learn how to light your nights, not CGI them. Learn how to night your lights. Learn how to light your nights. And then there's also that awful teal color that people use. Like the new one, the new Salem's Lot, which I don't recommend. Just watch the old one. Is completely that teal awful night shot color, and contrast to the daytime, which is that ugly, like, I hate to, it looks like pee. It's like that ugly yellow. It just looks awful. Anyway, learn how to light your nights. If I had to learn, you have to learn too.
And everyone in between. Whoever controls it controls life and death.
Oh, my screen's here.
Those deaths are really fucked up.
Holy sh!
It does have a Stephen King kind of vibe.
Dies. And that's life.
It's a goddamn mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant.
I like how the
Spaghetti
drums.
City.
This is Oz Perkins if he's given probably a bigger budget. If you've seen Longlegs, I can see what he took from learning from being on Longlegs and the cinematography for it, and I can see it added as an aspect to this. Dolls are just creepy. Nope. I did it. My sister still has the doll with the rosary somewhere. She's just waiting for another. I'm the oldest of how many are there? There's 8 of us, right? Yeah. So she's just waiting for the next one to be engaged and just pass it along. I remember this from the teaser. Ugh.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
Okay. Okay. I dig it. I dig it. I can dig it. I can dig with it. It looks, again, I liked Longlegs. I actually liked a lot of Perkinson's earlier stuff too. A little pretentious, but to each their own. I can see the aspects learning to it. I'd be game. Take a Stephen King story. Now, to me, Flanagan should be honestly the only one adapting King stuff because he does it so well. Dr. Sleep. I would love to see him do the Dark Tower series. But I'd be game. This looks interesting to me. This might scare me with the monkey doing the whole clashing thing. So on that note, thank you all for joining me today. I know it's short today because I have a stream. Actually, let me link that also in the chat. So if everybody would, I will be on Jacob Ironside in about an hour, discussing one of my favorite movies, which is the 1991's Addams Family. Jacob's great. He has a great bunch of panels each week of different movies. I was on last week for Tremors, which Tremors is a great movie too. Addams Family, the 1991 one, to me, that's the Addams Family. I'm not hip with Wednesday. I'm not hip with any remakes of it. That's the one. That's my Morticia. That's my Gomez and that. But to each their own. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. I will be doing this weekly live from now on. I'll put a poll in the community tab for everybody to vote, and also on Twitter what time works for everybody a little bit better. And hopefully I will see you guys each next week. And until then, as I pull up this, because, I'm a one-woman show, stay spooky.